Stipe Miocic finally emerged.
Yeah, he
He did
did.
some media last week. He spoke to Brett Okamoto. Did you see the interview, and if so, any takeaways from the interview?
I watched it in full yesterday. He's scary. He's mad. Stipe is big. He's always mad. Like, when did Stipe become this angry guy? He was so nice before, but now he's like, I think Stipe has turned a switch in his head in regards to me, and that's good. I'm happy. I'm happy that he did something, and sounds like he's training, and sounds like he's doing a lot of the same things that we're doing, right? Like he said, he's got a set up in his garage now or in his basement, and they're doing stuff there just as we're doing. So, it's exciting. We're in a different time, man. But I feel like we're preparing him and I both as thoroughly as anyone could under the circumstances. I think it's gonna be a great fight.
Does it annoy you? Like even in the comments, it's all about the eye pokes. Oh, eye pokes, eye pokes, eye pokes. Like you've become somehow the eye pokes guy. Does this annoy
Mhm.
you?
Um, the reality is, I know I'm not doing it to the guy on purpose. Like I've been trying to fix it. Because part of the reason was happening was that when I'm not as tall as the guys, so when I'm sparring these big guys, sometimes I'll flick out my hand because I'm wearing a 16-ounce glove, and I'll kind of hit them, but it'll be like almost slapping them.
Mm.
But then when you do that with the 4-ounce gloves to extend yourself, there's no fingers cover. There's no finger covers. So um, yeah, it kind of sucks that all of a sudden I'm this dirty fighter. Like that's not the case. But the reality is though, like,
You don't have to worry about that, by the way. It doesn't
is it
really.
okay?
It
Is it
doesn't make a
okay?
difference.
Do you
Yes, it
give me
doesn't make.
permission?
Yes, I
Thank you,
give you
man.
permission.
Like, this was crazy. Like, oh,
Nothing. By the way, I don't see what you're doing. Nothing is
it's
changing.
this. Like, I
No,
had
no,
to
no,
think
no. But like when you go from one
to the
setting to
next.
the
It
next,
doesn't
yeah,
help.
nothing's changing. No,
Oh,
it's
well,
just you
I feel
talking
like
away
there's
from the microphone.
so.
Ooh, the hair's looking nice, huh? Wow,
Yeah,
I
it's
saw
like,
that
oh
for a
god,
second.
have you seen
Ooh,
the back lately?
no,
The
I have
back
not.
is just crazy, bro. It's like my male
Can
pattern
I see it?
baldness. I mean, I can lift the computer.
Well, just turn
Um,
around.
Look at this.
Oh, here we go.
I mean,
Oh my god.
it's bad, no, dog. Look at that. What happened? What
I mean,
happened?
you're 41.
Like, what happened? It's so crazy.
When you
But
look down like this and just look up with your hair, you really do look like Carl Winslow. Like you look
it's
exactly like Carl Winslow.
yeah,
It's amazing.
okay. So like, that's not
It's
a freaking compliment, dude. Like, what are you talking about? Like, some seriously.
who's
Hey,
gonna
so
cut
listen.
it, and when are you gonna cut it?
Probably before the fight. I'll
Okay.
probably get something done to it. I might even do that island thing before the fight instead of cutting it bald again. I don't know. Like, maybe I should. I mean, if we
For
doing
old
it like
time's
the
sake.
last ride, might as well.
That's right.
Hey, can my hair have made it all the way to the end of my career? That's a whole. That's an achievement in itself. But
Hanging on.
back to the eye poke thing. Like, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
it's frustrating. I've fought as hard as I can, and I don't want to stick Stipe Miocic in the eye. I really don't. Like, um, it is what it is, though. Like, that's something for people to hold on to. And look, man, it's easy to it's easy to try to find fault in a guy that hasn't given you much reason to fault him. Like, so you harbor on the towel, and you harbor on me poking Stipe in the eye. Because what else? What else are you gonna do? So if there's a negative, people hang on to the negative, and that's what they're doing right now. So, is what it is.
He didn't like the wrestling shoes comment, I think.
Yeah, he said, I thought we were fighting, this is a wrestling match. But the reality is, I can fight him. I can fight him. If this is a 25-minute stand-up fight, I have all the ability to beat him in that. The first fight was a 5-minute stand-up fight, and we were tit for tat. The second fight was a 20-minute stand-up fight, and until the very end, we were tit for tat, if not me winning the fight the majority of the time. So I have the ability to stand with this guy. So there's no part of me that's afraid of Stipe Miocic in any way, shape, or form. Even though he won the last fight, like, I still feel like I'm gonna beat him, and I'm gonna beat him going away.
Is there any part of you, last thing on all this, I'm just curious, like, you're like, man, this is the last
Mhm,
Monday doing this, or this is the
mhm.
like, not only for this fight, this rivalry of your athletic career, a career
Yeah,
that spans multiple decades. Like, do you get nostalgic at all about any of this throughout the process, or are you so focused on the fight?
I do think about it. I do think about it. Like, I think about the fact that I've spent my entire life competing, right? Like, since I was 15 years old was the first time I wrestled in an international competition, right? So for 26 years, I've competed at the highest level of sport. You do think about it, but the reality is, I've got so much on my plate that I'm gonna be fine. I thought my life would change last year when I lost the belt. I mean, for 4 years, I was a UFC champion. And so I was fearful that my life would look different, and it doesn't. You got to think now. I'm more, I'm more, I'm more in tune with myself away from that championship, but I'm also more connected to projects than I've ever been in my life. From our show to,
Well, you got
uh,
85 jobs now. You just announced another one with EA.
yeah, that's
How many
crazy. Like,
jobs do you actually have? Like you have legit like 9, 10 jobs. It's
well,
crazy.
I'm lucky, Ariel, right? Like I've got my commentary on the EA Sports game. I've got my commentary on the fight, my fighting career. I've got our show, which is number one.
I mean, well,
I've
you
got
said it. It was the
detail.
third thing that you said, but
I've
fine.
got detail. I've got the EA Sports ratings adjuster. Look, people can fault you and say things about you, about you're this, and the other. But the reality is, people find value in working with me, and I'm just lucky. So hate all you want.
Hey,
You
can
know,
you be unbiased though with that ratings thing? I mean, like, what if it comes to some of your
my
your old men?
rivals.
Yes.
There's a new rating system in EA Sports. And one of my rivals is going to be as highly rated as you possibly can be.
Who? Volkan?
I tried to I like Vulcan. I'm not gonna be in here doing what you do. I just about insulted him, but
What?
then I stopped because I'm not gonna play your game. Like you always try to do that to me. You try to drag me down, you little scum, that little dirty. You try to drag me on that dirty little road that you like to do. I'm not gonna roll in the
Unbelievable.
garbage with you and insult fighters. No way. I'm not
Wow.
doing that. Look
Wow.
at
Okay. All right.
you.
I still can't believe your fight is happening in a small cage. Like I was watching on Saturday and it hit me. I was like, that cage is so small. And by the way, the stats, there's a young man, a reporter on Twitter, Scott Fontana is his name, and he did a breakdown of the finishes from the small cage to the big cage from like the June fights to the July fights, right? It's not that big of a difference.
No.
The stats would suggest it's not a big of a difference, but aesthetically, it just seems so tiny. Like you guys are actually going to be fighting in a tiny
Well,
cage.
Stipe is going to be taller. Like he's going to be so much
Yes,
taller than the cage. It's going to look odd. But, it is what it is, man. Look, man, you just go fight. Like, you just go fight. I'm ready to just go fight. I'm ready to go fight this dude and go put this dude in the rearview mirror. That's it. Like, we can fight in the small cage. We can fight in the back. We can fight wherever. We can fight wherever. Let's just go get it done and put this 3-year thing behind us. Like, it's been 3 years
yeah.
since Stipe and I have been preparing for each other. So I'm ready to go put this behind me and move forward into my life. And hopefully there are more jobs to come when fighting's done.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.